of a professor. And that's what we are going to hear from the lecturer today. And you know, anytime we come for inaugural lecture like this, you hear words, and sometimes you will be thinking, how would you couple them together? And today, he has titled his own Viruses Ignored, Neglected, Poorly Understood, with resulting devastating consequences. I wouldn't know how you will be able to couple all these words together for us to go home with something today. Very wonderful. But I want to assure you that your presence here will not be boring. You must go home with something. And that's what we have been experiencing for all the series. You know, we presented 35 of that. And that today will be the 36th one. And I want you to understand that he is a professor of virology. Professor of virology. And the only professor of virology within this area. And so his services are highly demanded. He has even gone to Iboyi. He came, he said, this I'm being called upon. You know, when the monkeypox was reigning, it was one of them that people used to consult, institutions would consult to see whether this disease or this virus is in their respective environment. So we are going to enjoy from him. In this place, everybody today you are seeing here seated. People that are presented their inaugural lecture. Some said we have oracle in the blood, meaning that blood speaks. Some said that we are overlooking the leaking roof and mopping the floor. Some have said that we are holding the knife as a barrack boy in the mangrove, a surgical knife, the mathematical presentation. Some have said we have tripartite relationship, and some said they are ECOWAS, and some said there is a sumption, and some said there is Bloom taxonomy, and there are so many of them. And today we shall be hearing from our viruses. And we pray that he should not inject any virus into our system, and we shall reject that one if it happens. The lecture. Thank you very much.
At this point in time, we want to very briefly take the citation of the inaugural lecture, Professor K.D. Pondei, and while the citation will be read, he will remain standing. Maliowe, Mepere Pondei, and late Gladys Ere, both of Amotuma Southern Nigeria local government area of Bayelsa State, Araminike, Diobu, Port Harcourt, and State School 1, Churchill Road, Port Harcourt. Secondary education was at Federal Government College, Port Harcourt. He was briefly at the University of Benin to study dentistry, and was later admitted to study medicine, graduating with the MBBS in 1991. After housemanship at the military hospital, Yaba, Lagos, his youth being the Maryland Specialist Hospital, Maryland, Lagos. He was retained after service and went 3 years there spent 3 years there. He worked at the Cosmodem Medical Center, Awolowo Road, Ikoyi, Lagos, 1997 to 1998. Plateau Specialist Hospital, Jos, and the General Hospital, Langtang, both in Plateau State, 1998 to 2000. General Hospital, Okolobri, Bayelsa State, 2000 to 2002. He joined the Niger Delta University as a lecturer too in February 2002. He obtained a PhD in microbiology from the University of Nottingham in 2009. Rising through the ranks from lecturer 1, senior lecturer, reader, he was appointed professor with effect from 1st October 2017. He was acting head Department of Medical Microbiology and Parasitology, 1913 to 1916. Sub-Dean, Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences, 2013 to 2016. Acting Dean, Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences, 2016 to 2019. And currently the Provost of the College of Health Sciences. Professor K.D. Pondei is a Senate representative in the Governing Council of the Niger Delta University, 2017 to date. Chairman Housing Committee, College of Health Sciences, 2014 to date. He was appointed Honorary Consultant Virologist, Niger Delta University Teaching Hospital, Okolobri in 2010. He has been twice chairman of the NDUTH Quality Improvement Committee. He is a member of the board of the Bayelsa Health Insurance Scheme representing public interest. He was editor 2014 to 2016 and then chairman 2016 to 2018 of the Nigerian Medical Association, NMA, Bayelsa State Chapter. He is the chairman of the NMA National Committee on Research Grants 2018 to 2020. He is married to Dr. Juliana Okwena Pondei, PhD, and they are blessed with 3 children. Permit me at this point in time to present to you an academic, a complete gentleman par excellence, Professor K.D. Pondei, the current Provost, Niger Delta University College of Health Sciences.
Niger Delta University, Professor Samuel Kemebradikumo, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Administration, Professor Domebe Wankasi, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academics, Professor Allen Agi, the Registrar, Mrs. Efua Berekubo, the University Librarian, Dr. Joyce Oyotoa, the Bursar, Mr. Seth Weride, members of the University Governing Council here present, the deans of other faculties and the dean of the postgraduate school, distinguished professors and scholars, heads of departments, staff and students of the NDU, staff of the NDUTH, members of the Nigerian Medical Association, the Amasoma community, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank everybody for being present here. But first of all, I want to thank God for this opportunity, which comes just once. I thank the university for giving me the opportunity to make this presentation. And I have to acknowledge a lot of people who have supported me along the way, and I thank God for them. Everybody who has supported me in prayers, a cup of water, a cup of gari, and whatever. Thank you very much. You have contributed to me standing here this day. I got into academics because of the advice of my elder colleagues, especially Dr. Abrakasa Kemebradikumo seated there. Sir, Dr. and Mrs. Abrakasa, they are seated here. And Dr. Iba Baralate, they used to tell me, what are you doing? MBBS is not enough for you. And somewhere along the line, Dr. Kemebradikumo advised me to apply to Niger Delta University. I applied, and I got under the wings of Professor Nelson Brown Baipa, who gave me some. And I don't have any regrets at all. And she was the one who advised me to work on HIV. So I want to tell you, Ma, thank you very much. Virology, which is the study of viruses, is something that is very funny. It's very funny because it is done at the level of the molecular level, which cannot be seen except under the microscope or the different occurrences thereof. But biology started in the 80s when somebody called Chamberlain invented what was called a filter. It cells. The filter will trap all the bacteria and the cells. But someone that has worked in Ivanovsky and Bergeron, they found out that there were still some things that were passing through this filter. And fluid, which is a contagious living fluid, from where the word virus was derived. All of us here have heard the word virus. We all have tablets, laptops, computers, and the last thing you want on them is what? A virus. So what do? You install an antivirus. But have we installed antiviruses in our lives? We should ask ourselves, there are antiviruses. How many of us have installed this? Yes, there's spiritual antivirus, Jesus Christ, thank God, that one. But the physical one, you must install. And as we go along, we are going to give us those ones that are available. 1908, two workers have shown that viruses were associated with cancer. But what have we done till now concerning viruses and cancer? You can move to the next slide. Since this is not working. It's working now, okay. Yes. In the simplest of terms, now also when it means item becomes viral, when it's fast replicating, it happens now in less than 5 minutes. You hear that it's all over the world. That's because of the replication of the way of viruses. But in the simplest of times, a virus is just genetic material, either DNA or RNA, not both of them. First lesson in the basic science of biology is characteristics of a virus doesn't have any of those things, and confused the medical science for a very long time. But they are what are called obligate intracellular parasites, and do not offer anything but takes and causes destruction. And that's what viruses do. It's also important to note that viruses cannot infect every type of cell. There has to be what is called a receptor on the surface of the cell for the virus to achieve entry. So these viruses act as what we call them blockage visa for you to get into a cell. So the next slide is supposed to show you that's the protein code. Okay, that's the protein code surrounding the genetic material shown in red and green. That's the simplest way a virus can be depicted. Now, viruses just have one major goal: to produce offspring, as plenty as possible. Millions of them, once they get into a cell, produce, which is not different from our own objectives in life. We all want to produce offsprings that are what? Better, fitter, stronger. That's why you're taking your children to Canada and everywhere. Better environment. The virus, as it infects a cell, looks for a better cell to reproduce in and produce millions of offspring. And the replication of viruses is very peculiar. Normal cells, when they replicate, they divide into two will divide to 4 will divide to 8. Viruses don't replicate that way. The different components of the virus, the genetic material and the protein code, are produced separately and then assembled. I have some animation to show that. And after that assembly, new viruses are formed which need to exit the cell to go and look for new cells to infect. So this diagram you can see is like a cell, and the half moons you can see on the surface are the receptors, and that's outside it, that's a virus trying to bind to that receptor. On binding, it achieves entry. So that's the virus inside the cell now. It has to remove this code so that the genetic material can be accessed by enzymes that help the virus in replication. So the code is removed and the genetic material is now available for reproduction. There is direct replication of millions of copies of this genetic material. Because of space, I just showed a few. At the same time, the genetic material undergoes